Hello, darlings, and this is going to be my first. My God Almighty, look at my hair. I don't care. I don't care. This is going to be my first proper, inverted commas, video since coming back from the little road trip at the beginning of the week to Carnarvon and Snowdonia. Although there have been a couple of live streams, and so I'm just attending to the chaos here in Windy Bum. I've been rather neglectful of my home environment, both building up to and immediately post my little trip. Now, if you've been watching my live streams over the last couple of nights, you have probably noticed, or you may have noticed, that I appear to be rather more cheerful and exuberant and I don't know. I can't think of the word that somebody used to describe it, but maybe just a little bit more upbeat. And that is no accident and no coincidence. I am feeling all of those things, and my little trip had quite a profound effect on me, much more so than imagined, and more so than any of my other previous little forays back to my homeland and the land of my fathers. My little time spent just a quick whiz around Snowdonia and an evening spent in Carnarvon has, well, it's lifted my spirits and all of that kind of thing. It was a little break that I really needed, and so on and so on and so on. But it was kind of obvious. I don't know how to put this, but it wasn't like a St. Paul on the road to Damascus thing, and it wasn't even a dawning realization. I just got an absolute feeling that this is where you need to be. This is genuinely your happy place. As I said leading up to the road trip, I've got oodles of history with Snowdonia, just not particularly recent history. Pardon the mess. I've been such a minger over the last couple of days. I am sorting it out, look. While I'm talking to you, I need these two left out. I've got plans for these, so I'll put those there. This little chap can go away. What was I talking about? I've completely lost track of what I was saying now. Oh, yes, no, yeah, recent history, blah, 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 blah. It's where I need to be. I just got that absolute feeling. It's just all of the boxes ticked, you know? I'm quite... I was going to say I'm an outdoors person, but I suppose I'm not entirely, am I? You know, I don't do camping and all of, well, I haven't done for ages. And yeah, so I'm a scenic type of person, I guess. I thrive, I feel uplifted, I feel enriched when I'm around scenic splendor. I love mountains, I love the ocean. I also love railways, it has to be said. And just Snowdonia, it ticks every single box. There's the Hiraeth. I'm Welsh. I'm proper Welsh. I know I don't sound it, but I am proper Welsh. I'm from a Welsh-speaking village, a Welsh-speaking family. My heritage, if you sliced me open, then you would see mostly Welshmen. There are other bits in there. I'm a quarter Bermudan, but yeah, I'm Welsh through and through. So that's the first box ticked. It's home. So that quietens down the Hiraeth. But then you've got your mountains, you've got your ocean, you've got railways everywhere, oodles and oodles of railways. You've got, and you've got beautiful towns. And the thing about my little trip was I behaved differently, and I didn't intend to. I didn't intend to. But I behave very differently than I have at any other of these things. I'm defrosting the freezer. The idea for today is that I restore the correct order to Windy Bum, and that will sit better with me. It doesn't sit well when my surroundings are not as I would wish them to be. It discombobulates me. So the plan for today is to get my surroundings, to get Windy Bum back to the way that it should be. Tidy the place up, neaten it up, clean this, that and the other. So I'm defrosting the curry freezer. I've got no staff curry in stock at the moment. So I thought, and it needed defrosting. So for those of you who don't know my arrangements, and why should you care? You shouldn't. But just under there, I've got an under counter, like half size fridge freezer. So that is the wine fridge and the curry freezer. And then obviously I've got the main chap over here. Well, this little old fellow that's been with me for many years really needed defrosting. So I'm doing that, and then that's a job done, isn't it? And this isn't what I want to be talking about. I don't want to be talking to you about defrosting freezers. I wanted to talk to you about Snowdonia. So yes, I acted different. Right, now, the road trip bit, driving through magnificent splendour, yeah, that's a given. I love driving, I love splendour, I love being at home in Wales. That all went exactly as planned. Had a whale of a time. What was unexpected was that in the evening, when normally I would just probably hang out in my hotel room, do some work, do some admin, do something online, maybe if I was with friends, maybe go to a bar or a pub or something. But no, what happened was, without meaning to, without planning to, I went out for a walk around the town and I discovered the walled city, saw some beautiful pubs, restaurants, all of that kind of thing. The castle looked magnificent at night. I didn't plan to do that, and that's out of character for me. And yet, I loved it. Now, that's one of the reasons why this week was special. It made me act differently. And that went on to the following day. You know what I'm like in the mornings? And you know I'm not one for going out and walking. That's another story. I discussed this. There's a reason why it doesn't come naturally to me to walk. When I was an athlete, we were not supposed to walk anywhere. I can't remember the reasons why. It's probably some stupid old folklore from the coaches. But we were always told, you don't walk, you don't walk. The team car picks you up. You're almost lifted into your team hotel, and then your soigneur and your masseuse will take care of you. You're lying on the bed, you're recovering. You're not supposed to walk. And that's so firmly lodged in there that I don't even think about walking. But going back to the beginning of the week. So Tuesday morning, I was up with the larks, right? Totally unlike me. And what did I do? Again, without thinking about it, I threw my clothes on and I went out for a walk. I went out for an early morning walk along the estuary, around the harbour, and I didn't even film it. I just enjoyed it. And it was fantastic. And that is so out of character for me. So that's one of the reasons why I know that this little trip was different. It made me behave differently. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a good thing. And God almighty, I'm bloody rambling on. I need this in my life. So the question we're going to discuss, or at least the question I plan to discuss, I might get waylaid talking about other things or doing something else, or I might even delete this footage altogether. But no, the discussion to be had is plans for the future moving forward. I'm serious about this. I need that in my life as a regular thing. So how to make that work, how to tie it in potentially with the restaurant, how to work it if I decide to leave the restaurant at the end of the month. These are all the things that I'm going to discuss, because if you're part of the inner scrotum and you follow along on the videos and you follow along on the live streams, you'll know that it's been bubbling up for a couple of months now that I'm fed up of promises for tomorrow. I'm fed up of waiting for something to work. I'm fed up of relying on other people, waiting for an opportunity, blah, 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 blah. So that's been bubbling up for a while. And now that this thing happened at this week, then those two are butting in together. And yeah, I need to make a positive change to my life. So it's a question of how to do that. And I will come back to that because I need to get a video out. I recorded a video on Tuesday night. It's neither here nor there. It's just the drive to work in the fog. I think I was talking about the road trip or stuff. I can't honestly remember, but I need to get a video out there. And I've downloaded the footage to the edit suite. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go edit that together, get that up and out on the channel, and then I will come back to this. So I'll see you very shortly. And we're back. Okay, that was an incredibly easy edit. I didn't really edit it. I just I've just left that completely as it is. Bunged in some transitions, bunged in a title at the beginning, and that was that. Took me 10 minutes, if that. So that is downloading from the edit suite. That's going to take, it's a half-hour video. Won't take too long, and then I'll get that uploading. I made a mistake, by the way. It's from Wednesday night, not Tuesday night. I'm getting all discombobulated. Of course, Tuesday was coming back from the road trip day, wasn't it? So, right, back to what we were talking about. Life, the future, all of that kind of thing. And I'm struggling to get my head around it, to be honest. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm a big believer in work out what you want, because unless you know what you want, you're not going to achieve it, are you? So I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want. The extra thing to throw into the mix is the question, which it's a rhetorical question because I can answer it immediately. Do I want Snowdonia, that part of Wales, to be a constant weekly part of my life going forward? The answer is an unequivocal yes. I want to be the person that I was this Monday and Tuesday, and I want that in my life regularly. So yeah, weekly. Other questions that I should ask myself. Sorry, I'm using you as a sounding board for trying to figure things out myself, aren't I? I'm using you ruthlessly. Do I want to continue with my YouTube channel? Again, an unequivocal yes. The community aspect of it means that it will simply never, ever go away. That is too important to me. Would I like the channel to grow and to become bigger and to earn some more money? Yes. So that's that question answered. Now then, the restaurant and my Nepali family. This is where I need to be very, very honest with you guys, but mostly with myself. Do I want to leave the restaurant and have a better life, earn more money, concentrate on YouTube and try and make that successful, or anything of that nature? Do I want that? No, no, I don't. I don't. The It might have to happen for my own well-being. Do I want that? No. It's the last thing on earth that I want. Um, my Nepali family have been lifesavers to me. I'm so heavily invested in them. They are invested in me. The idea of parting company with them is heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. But, you know, I've got to look after the bottom line, haven't I? So, but that's a question answered. Do I want to leave? No. So what have we got so far? We've got, I want Snowdonia in my life constantly, like weekly. I want the restaurant in my life weekly, and I want YouTube to continue and to be a little more successful. What else do I want? I want more income because I want to be able to, well, what I want now is I want to be able to comfortably pay my bills, and I want to have enough money left over in the pot that I can have Snowdonia as part of my doings. So, you know, there's another thing. Sorry, this is all rambly, bloody rambly, isn't it? Let me check how my, oh right, I'll keep waffling until the video has downloaded from the edit suite, and then I'll break off and have a think about what the bloody hell I'm talking about. Yeah, I would like more income. No, I need more income. That's the truth of it. Yes, I know that I could cut this out, I could cut that out, and that would make my financial situation better. But, you know, I had this conversation the other day. There's only so far down that route that you can go. I don't live an extravagant life. And you have to have some pleasure in life to make it worthwhile. I don't mind going without holidays. I don't mind going without buying clothes. I don't mind not going out to pubs or clubs or restaurants. I don't mind any of that. But you know, there's a bare minimum standard of life that you have. So if you think I'm giving up a bottle of wine in the evening, you can bloody well think again. Not happening. Not happening. That is the bare minimum, right? If the only way that you can survive in life is to eradicate £5.29 spent on a bottle of wine after a hard day's work, then you've got life wrong. Quite honestly. And I probably have got life wrong a bit. And that's what this is all about. I'm trying to put it right. I'm trying to figure out how I can bring all this together and move forward. What else do I want? I want a business challenge. I am, or I was, a businessman. I am a grafter. I've got a little something in between my ears, and I like to put it to use. I love a business challenge. So yeah, I want that in my life as well. I'm just trying to think through how this is kind of what I need to do. So I'm making sense. I'm not making sense to you, but I'm starting to make sense to myself. So, what is the best way? Oh, another question to answer. What about here? What about Windy Bum? My humble little damp cottage in the arse end of nowhere in the Peak District. Do I want this as part of my life? Yeah, I never want to leave here. Well, I mean, I want to leave here all the time to go to other places, but I want to keep this in my life as well. I'm making a wish list. I'm making a life wish list. And then of all the people to take advice from, Jimmy Savile, you can't use that name, but I read some books that he wrote, and many, many, many years ago, before any, even a hint of any scandal. And I found that he spoke a lot of sense about a lot of things. Now, obviously, we know now that a lot of what he did was despicable and made no sense whatsoever. But did you know that he used to be a cyclist? He rode the milk race. But yeah, the one piece of advice he gave was to figure out what you really enjoy doing and then find a way to get paid for it and make a living from it. And I thought, yeah, totally made sense to me. And that's kind of what I've always done. So maybe that's what I'm doing at the moment, figuring out what I want and then figuring out a way for it to work. Now, I have said, I'm just keeping an eye on the video there, I've said that if things don't change at the restaurant by the end of this month, I'm walking and I'm going to find something else. I'm going to do things differently. Should I stick to that or should I have second thoughts? Because I'm thinking about it on the hoof now. What would be ideal, I think, would be for things to carry on as they are, with the restaurant, with the family, blah, 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 but throw the Airbnbs in. Right, so that would, which boxes would that tick? Well, I think it would tick all of them, wouldn't it? It would be the business challenge that my brain craves. It would create the additional income stream that I need. Yeah, it would create the additional income stream I need to survive, pay the bills, and it should provide enough money in the pot that I could sod off every single Monday, or even Sunday night after work. I can sod off to Snowdonia and come back on Tuesday afternoon. There should be enough money in the pot for that. It would tick the... there's another box that it would tick. Which one was that? Can't remember now, my brain's going blank. Right, so the business challenge, income thing. Oh, YouTube. I am pretty convinced that that a series of videos on setting up Airbnbs and the pitfalls and the dressing of the place and all of that, you know, filming every single bit of that. I think that would make good YouTube content, and I think that could grow the channel. I've got the title for the first one. It will be The Sherpa's Lodge, stop. Airbnb project, stop. And then the episode number and the description. So like, The Sherpa's Lodge, Airbnb project, 1, getting the keys. Something like that. And then 2 would be, you get what I mean? So I think that's got to be the obvious way forward, hasn't it? But then I've kind of known that anyway, haven't I? Because I've been talking about that. And that's why I've been getting so frustrated with it, because it's not been happening. So if that is the perfect way forward, and it kind of is, isn't it? Feel free to jump into the comments and disagree, or pull me up, or tell me I'm being stupid, or tell me I'm missing something, or tell me tell me anything. So if that's the way forward, then is this end of month ultimatum a good idea or not? Well, do I think it's going to happen? Yes, everything is really frustrating. Yes, it's all going a lot slower, but do I think it's actually going to happen? I can't see how it can not happen, to be honest. Clay Cross is within our control, and Bishnu has committed to it. He's paid for the architect, blah, blah, blah. It's just not going to happen tomorrow or next week or next month, but it will happen next year. Will the Sherpa's Lodge happen? I think it has to. I think it has to. I can't see how it can not happen. The landlord has invested too much money. We're just in the hands of this group of builders, and I could have paid them a massive disservice, because for all I know, I've mentioned this before, they might have a deal with the landlord where they've said, yeah, look, we're relatives, blah, blah, blah. We'll do you a decent job. We'll do it on the cheap, but it's going to take our time because we've got to fit in properly paid work around it. So whenever we get a properly paying job, we'll go and do that. And then when that's, you know, when we're not doing anything else, we'll come and do your project and we'll do it on the El Cheapo for you. That's a possibility. I don't know, do I? I don't know, so it's only conjecture on my part. But will it happen? I honestly think it will. I think it's just going to take time. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next week. It might not even be next month. But again, it should be next year. So I suppose then the question is, do I just carry on with what I'm doing, scrimp and save, rob Peter to pay Paul, and just sit tight until all of that starts to happen? Or do I do the thing and at the end of the month say, look, I can't wait anymore, guys, I'm going to try something else? That is the question, isn't it? Do I just make do, sit tight, make the best of things, and sit it out on the basis that it will happen and it will be the best case scenario that I'm probably going to have available to me? So do I just sit tight and wait? And if I have to wait until next Easter, I wait until next Easter. I'll survive the winter. My debt will probably increase. I'll probably have to scrimp and save. There might be a few days where I'm colder than ideally I would like to be, but I will get through. Same as I got through last winter and the winter before. That's the question. My video it's just about to complete the download. So I'm going to get on and upload that. And when that's uploading, I'll make some lunch and maybe we can talk a little bit more about this, or maybe I've said all I need to say and I just need to think. I don't know, but I'll be back with you very shortly. Okay, sit rep. The video is now uploading. My freezer has almost totally defrosted, the curry freezer. That one needs doing as well, but that's a job for another day. And my kitchen floor is soaking wet. So my immediate plans now involve making lunch, washing up and mopping the floor. So first things first, I'm going to deploy Steamy Daniels. I'm just checking the old water level. Water. Right, I think we're okay. So, this one in it. And get that up to, what time is it? Yeah, about there. Right, Steamy Daniels is deployed. Let's get some 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do I want? 5, 6. Well, let's leave an even. So if I use 6 now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that will leave 6 for tomorrow. So that's fair enough, isn't it? Yeah. So it's potato deployment, darlings. 6 potatoes today, and that leaves 6 for tomorrow. So let's give these a little wash. Chuck these in there. Right, boom. That is lunch now officially on the go. Next job, kitchen floor and then washing up. Okay, Steamy Daniels is doing her thing. Where is my floor cleaning stuff? Oh, is this it? This is it, isn't it? Flash all-purpose crisp lemons. The UK's #1 floor cleaner. There we are. Well, let's have some of that. Suppose I could always give up the wine and start drinking this instead, couldn't I? Right. Come on then, mop up. Oh dear. Right. I was only intending to mop up all of the defrosted fridge, but I suppose it makes sense to actually clean the floor while I'm at it, doesn't it? And the universe will see my efforts to have a clean floor and will reward me. Maybe. Right, so going back to all of the other stuff, and I do appreciate you helping me work through all of this, by the way. I really do. Then, in the immediate term, let's not forget that, oh, this smells nice. This is quite satisfying, actually. In the immediate term, I want to get my arse back to Snowdonia. So, there are plans afoot, darlings, because, and I've talked about this loads of times before, I believe that if you have the right frame of mind, then you can get a lot of pleasure from the planning of things as well as the things themselves. Would anybody agree with me there? Or do you think I'm talking hairy whatsits? I enjoyed planning the last road trip, so I'm going to plan another one. And I'm going to plan it for a week on Monday. It's Friday now. This Monday would be too soon. And I haven't quite got the money anyway. But I'm going to plan it for a week on Monday. And the current plan is, I'm going to go back to the same place. I love Carnarvon. I love it. I love it. Like I said, I want to be that person again. I want to be the person who goes into town in the evening, into the walled town, and maybe hangs out in that Black Boy place that looked so fantastic. And I'm sure people have mentioned it to me and recommended it to me. So yeah, I want to be that person again. And I want to be the person who gets his arse out of bed in the morning and goes out for a walk. So yeah, I'm going to go back to the same place. I like that little complex, Victoria Dock. I like it very much. So, very happy to go back there again. Will there be any changes? Yes. I'm not going to stay in that Travelodge again. Or at least not unless I absolutely have to. Not unless that is the only option. I've been checking out the prices, and quite honestly, I would rather spend the extra 15 quid to stay in the old Premier Inn. So that'll be one change. Other than that, what else? Oh, the route. The route will change. There's so much that I want to do in that area. But I've got plenty of time to do everything. I do want to do the direct drive there, just down the coast road. But I also, sorry, just bending down to pick something up off the floor. But I also want to do lots of other things as well. So I need to think about that. Okay, so we approached Snowdonia from the Porthmadog side, didn't we? So we did Betois, Blaenau, Porthmadog, Beddgelert. So I'd like to do it from the other side, from the Llanberis side. I would like to drive Penny Pass. Whether I would do that next time or whether I would just, for the sake of, because it's a short day, in terms of daylight hours, then maybe I will just drive straight direct down the coast road, which I also want to do. We did it in the reverse direction on Tuesday morning, but I would like to do it the other way as well. So maybe it makes sense to do that when the daylight hours are short. And then there's just a long list of shit I want to do while I'm there. Gosh, a news flash. Right, well, that is the floor mopped. So I need to get the freezer wiped out and dried and all of that. Oh, washing up. I need to do washing up, don't I? Oh, I need to do washing up. So I think I'll just get on with some chores, and I've probably waffled about this long enough, haven't I? I'll talk about it again, no doubt. And I really would appreciate your thoughts and your input, ideas. Tell me where I'm going wrong, tell me where my thinking is wrong. Anything you like, really, but yeah, thank you for working through this with me. And I actually think that I might just stop this one here before I go waffling on about things for any longer. That's what's on my mind at the moment. That's my current frame of thinking. It might change tonight, tomorrow, I don't know. But that's where I'm at the moment. Thank you for listening, if indeed you have. And I would genuinely welcome your input, comments, etc. So I'll leave it there for now, and I will be, well, there'll be a live stream tonight, obviously. There's always a live stream every night. I will be back with you tomorrow, and we can catch up then. So in the meantime, take really good care of yourselves. Much love from me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much.